There we go. What up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, AD Walker, the Pusha Digor, the Motivator. Make sure you are sharing. Sharing is caring. Appreciate you guys for being here. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Blessings. 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 We appreciate you guys for being a part of all that we do. We are coming on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Had a long night, a little tired this morning, but we press on. I appreciate you guys for being here. So today we're talking about, does our community lack integrity? Does our community lack integrity? And it's funny. So I was thinking about the past, right? I was going to put has our community lost its integrity? I can't speak to what life used to be like. I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like sometimes we have this grand idea of how we used to function. There weren't criminals, or there weren't, we didn't lie, we was honest, and I believe our integrity was probably about the same. But I do feel like some of the reasoning for some of the things we do comes down to, I gotta get mine. It's hard out here, I gotta get mine. And sometimes that mentality can put you in a different space of how you operate. And it's a big company, I gotta get mine. They won't miss this, I gotta get mine. Little things like that, which are big things like that. And I feel like it affects our community wholeheartedly. Hey, Mama Corey, great morning to you for being on the Facebook space as well as the YouTube space. So we're going to dig into this conversation, have an amazing talk about integrity in our community. All right. Because I feel like I really want, as African Americans, Black folks, colored folks, however you look at yourself, we need to raise the standard of who we are, and just in general. And because I'm not saying other communities don't lack the same integrity, because that's what I want to make clear, just in case I'm in some space of trying to correct my community. Someone was like, "Oh, you always attack." No, I'm not saying nobody else needs to struggle with these things. I want us to rise above a lot of this. So, all right. So I need you to do some things for me. I need one to share. Sharing is caring. I appreciate you guys being here. Several people on here right now, because I see few comments, and that's fine. And it's just your first time here, and you're hanging in the background. You've been coming through. You're like, you know what? I love BOL. I love the brothers. I'm not into this whole commenting thing. I feel like it's a waste of time. That's fine. You can just sit where you're at. But today, I just want to say, what's up? Good morning. Love it here. Been a fan for a while. So just let me know you're in the building. Say what's up. Say good morning. Say what up, dude. However you would like to greet us. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys for hanging out, because listen, there are a plethora of subscriptions out there. A plethora. And you could be anywhere, but you're here rocking with us. All right. So we're going to get ready to get started. So what I need you to do is share, join our text community, text LWN. LWN. Working on my announcement voice. LWN. All right. Join our text community, as well as join our Discord, all that and then some, and be a part of all that BOL is doing. And that's it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Appreciate you guys for being here. And let's kick it off. Our quick intro. That's how we do. We're going to get into this. Let's move this, put that there, right there. Splickety-splow, splickety-splow. And let's do it. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let's go.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up. Brotherins, what is it, what it do, and how it be?
It's doing a do and it be fine. Oh,
It is a wonderful Wednesday.
yes, indeed.
I'm
Yes,
tired,
indeed.
boss.
Time.
18th
Time.
birthday, 18th birthdays, man.
Oh,
And
yeah. Whoop, whoop.
yeah, I
I,
was,
unfortunately, my brother, that's your last one.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
Hey,
wish
Yeah.
you had a few more, but that's it.
no, we don't need no, we don't need no more. We don't need no more.
Did he just wish you a few
Hey,
more? Let's get
I have
let's get this
look,
popping.
can't you see? I've gone through 5 18-year-olds.
I,
Yeah, yeah,
well, I done went through two. I got two more.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
two more.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that gray creeping. You see, it's
Oh
creeping.
yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah.
it started from the end and it's
Oh, yeah.
working its way to the root. You know?
And I just think probably 10. Did I have gray hair 10 years ago? I don't even think I had gray hair 10 years ago. I had a little bit. She said I had a little
Look,
bit. I had a little bit in my beard. She
That's
said
funny.
I did.
I got all of it now though.
That is funny.
Look, I can't even remember when I didn't have any gray now.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm trying to think. I think it's like 2007,
Right.
2006.
Right.
It's a long look like Bernie Mac said, long time ago, North
Hey,
Carolina.
when you,
Long.
hey, when you start going bald?
Ooh, no, I didn't start going bald until probably 2014, 2013.
Oh man, I started going bald at 21.
Wow.
That
Oh,
age
nah.
of 20.
No, I had crazy waves all the way up until, and then all of a sudden it looked like my ramp was getting a
Yeah,
little slick.
yeah. My
You know?
barber. That's what my barber told me.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't do nothing for you. At first, I was getting braids, right? So I had braids. I was like 18, 19.
Right.
And old girl told me, said, I don't know, you look thin up top. So I started going thin at like 18, 19.
Oh wow.
And then my barber, when I was like 21, he said, dude, it may be time to let it go, man. There's only so much I can do, bro.
He says, you're running out of my skill set. I can't.
It might be time to let it go.
Wow.
From that day,
Yeah,
from
I started trying to grow my hair back around because I wore waves for a long time, and I started trying to let it grow back in like 2013, 2014.
Okay.
And it kept growing.
Yeah.
But I could still although I had a little afro, I could still see my scalp at the top through the afro.
Yeah.
You know. And
did you ever try Rogaine or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, I let it go.
No,
I ain't tried
when it got long, like when my hair was an inch long on top,
right?
But like in the middle, I could still see my scalp, because my dome comes to a peak.
Right.
It is kind of sharp up there.
Yeah. So I said, nah, those days of growing, like my hair would have to be 5 inches long on the top to not see my scalp. But I still thought psychologically I was going to see it, so I let it go.
Yeah, same deal, man. Same deal.
Gotcha.
Nobody asked you anything, Samantha.
Appreciate that. Hey, Sam.
Nobody asked you anything.
Hey, Sam. Well, when I met him, yes, I still do. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I never talk too much junk because it could all go bad in like a month.
Well, like they say, like what's funny is Shaquille O'Neal doesn't have to tell people he's tall. Right. So you don't have to tell nobody you got hair. It's not weak. People can see it. You talking about I don't need to really say that. I try not to say anything. You don't have to. Do I sound like I'm hating? Do you feel a little haterism?
I do. It's all good though.
It's not. Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad to know everybody ain't able, man. Everybody ain't able. No. But don't fall asleep.
Sound like a little salty. Sound a little salty. All right. So today, we're discussing, does our community lack integrity? Does our community lack integrity? And so the direction I'm kind of coming from, I mean, there's probably plenty of spaces, but mainly You ever feel like, or have you ever been in a place where you're like, I gotta do what I gotta do mentality? And I've seen it more so when it comes to work, um, companies and things like that. You I'm gonna take this. The company won't miss this thing. If I just, they ain't gonna really. They got They got hundreds of these things. I'm gonna just go and take it. And I'm not talking something as small as a pen or a stapler, even though that's still that's still it's still in the realm of stealing. But doing things, he said, today people period are lacking integrity. And I mentioned that in the beginning, Sam, because I knew someone was going to say something. I don't know if it's specific to our community. Indeed, because many communities have stolen. You here steal the staplers. so, so I'm just speaking as far as people
Who's
just doing
stealing
what
staplers?
You said who's stealing staplers? Staplers are
Is
valuable.
everybody froze or is it just me?
Nah, I mean, was it? No, we moving. I'm moving. It might be you, if you can hear us.
Oh, okay. I see myself moving. I see everybody else just still.
Okay, yeah, it's probably
connection
you.
bad.
It's usually the slow.
But anyway,
it's a slow decline.
Go for it.
It's
I'll
slow
catch
decline.
up sooner or later.
So you're good. You're good. So today, just more or less, from the space of, are we operating at a level of integrity that we want to put on our next generation, right? And I think sometimes you lack it, because you've been in spaces where, like, you kind of in that survival mode. So you kind of, let's keep it 100. You do what you got to do. Not like, I've never been in a space one to knock somebody in the head, but if they unfortunately like drop their wallet or something, those moments like that, like, be a good guy, or I need that cash, but to not let your become so desperate where you do whatever you got to do, to get things or to survive in a space like that. Am I making sense, or am I kind of like not giving enough clarity? But just
No, I definitely I understand what you're saying.
right.
It's like you find a wad of money. Are you going to go chase down the rightful owner?
Right.
Well,
Right.
probably not. No,
Okay,
I don't think.
okay.
I mean, you're not going to go announce, "Hey, I just found
$10,000. Is this anybody?
Yeah, does this belong to anybody?"
Right.
Most people are going to be like, "Thank you, Jesus."
Right.
We're gonna be giving glory to God, and God be like, "I ain't had nothing to do with it."
Right. I had nothing to do with it. Right. Right.
See,
Right.
when God blesses you, there's a record.
Right.
He's decent and in order. He keep it clean. But like I said, I don't. There have been some strange occurrences in my life.
Right.
But the thing is, you talk about integrity. Like, I'm not going to jail for anybody.
Right.
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 It's not that bad. I'm not. That's just not, because I've come too far in the Lord.
Right.
And he's done too much. I know that no matter how tough things get, I know that God has a plan and he's working it out. And as long as we keep moving, I'm not I don't want my gain to be your loss intentionally on me, unless we're competing in a game.
Right. Indeed. That makes sense. How do you feel about that, Kaneem? Like, sometimes the struggle or the lack thereof kind of like drops your integrity level. Now, and I'm agreeing with the money thing. I know if you find a wad, I would feel bad. Like,
yeah, I mean, if I know it's yours, I'm getting it.
That's one thing. But if you don't know, this kind of like random, just like, man.
Yeah, it depends on the circumstances.
What do you do? And do you return that? I mean, like a wallet, definitely, because I've lost mine. That definitely, like, I wouldn't do it. Regardless of the state of wherever my life was. Just more or less, because I always have kind of like the mindset of reaping what you sow. Even before I got saved, it was with the karma. It's always like I never wanted to do something bad that affects someone else, because I always felt like some way, some form, it was gonna come back to me. Like,
No, it's funny. I was little, probably 7 or 8, and went beyond the boundaries of real estate. You know, your mother say, "Don't go too far."
Right.
We went too far. You know, I was all the way up the street at the auto shop.
Right.
Had no business being up there, but Mama couldn't see me. And me and my friend, and I saw a wad of money on the ground.
Wow.
I found like $45.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And what I did was I gave 20 of it to my friend that was with me.
Okay.
And then I took 25 home.
Right.
And told my mom I found it. Right.
Right.
But I found it at the store.
Right.
But I told my mom I found it at the auto shop. I lied about where I was when I found it.
Right. I got you.
But I still gave her the money.
Okay.
And she said, well, I'm going to go up there and see if somebody lost the money. That's what my mama said.
Good morning, Michael.
So when she said, I'm going to take it up there and go find a guy that lost his money, I got nervous. So I went back to my friend, Mike. I'm like, hey, man, I got to get that money back.
Right.
So my mother, I had this little calculator in my mother's drawer. It was for school, and she didn't want anybody messing with it, so she kept it in her room. Back then, calculators were a nice piece of equipment.
Yes, indeed.
And so she put the $25 in the calculator box in her chest of drawers in her bedroom. And so I snuck the extra $20 in the box, like she's not gonna count it.
Right. She won't know.
And she came to me later, was like, "Oh, you really found $45?" And I'm like, you know. And I told her that I had got the money back from Mike Ronick.
Right.
And then I don't know, a week or so later, I was like, "Mom, did you ever find a guy that lost his money?" She goes, "Yeah, baby." And actually, he gave you $5 as a finder's fee. Y'all know my mama spent that money. I'm calling her out.
Mama McCoy, if you're in the building,
45 years later. Where you at, Mom? You remember that $45 I told you I found at Midas? What you do with that money, Mama?
Oh man, that is hilarious. So today again, this is the Brothers Legacy. You watching? We're talking about does our community lack integrity? And as I will say again, doesn't mean it's just us. I'm just specifically talking about us because us is on this broadcast. So this is, and like I said, we're not the only ones. No, we're built on a country that was founded in a lack of integrity. So I'm not just saying this us, but my goal is just to raise the standard of our community of. There you go. She said,
"Of course you did." Look, I had to become a grown man and a provider to recognize that my mom spent that money. And all I got one word for my mama.
What's that?
Respect. She's raising 4 sons.
Right. She said, you ate, didn't you?
Right.
Them lights was on, right? She said, no, mama, no.
Yeah. That was in the 70s, man. $45.
I'm about to say it.
You don't drop $45 in the 70s.
Right.
That's like dropping $200 today.
Right. Oh, all right. So Kaneem, you in the building? You good? Okay. No, can't hear you. You must be trying to talk. Can't hear you.
So I think it caught up. So
okay,
there you
go. It ain't lagging, and y'all on the screen, and I can hear you. So
awesome. So what do you say about the whole integrity thing, or how do you feel like, and have you been in that space where integrity lacked a little, like the I got to do what I got to do kind of mentality? I think.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't become a civilized citizen until I was in my 30s. Now, I mean, I lacked integrity for a long time. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man.
Yeah, but nobody starts. You have to learn integrity. It does have to build. I mean, you can be unless you're Anthony Walker in your name. I don't think Anthony Walker is. Look, it's funny. I mean, I'm being funny, but I do know that the core of a person, right?
Yeah.
You can
I mean,
tell.
don't get me wrong. I mean, I believe I got a good heart. That's not a question. But as far as have I done folks wrong intentionally? Yes. I have.
Yeah, I have too.
Has it been more often than not? Yes, it has.
Right.
Has it been since I've been in Georgia? Not as much. But
nobody in Georgia, dog. Y'all are good. Y'all are
good. Yeah, not as much. But I mean, it's still been there. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was at that period of my life, I was selfish and it was all about me, and I was trying to survive so I wouldn't be flat on my back.
Right.
So I figured that it'd be. I hate to say it, but I'd rather see you on your back than me on mine. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
But
I get it.
As I got older and a little wise and started, taking different paths and circles, it got better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw it was a better way to do it. So lack of integrity, it took me a minute, man. But I mean, it also depends on the environment that you grow up in. Because when you in the bar, it's like crabs in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to survive when you in a certain environment, neighborhood, or community where everybody's struggling. So you be like, I can't believe such and such went and robbed Miss Robinson's house, and he stayed 2 doors down. Be like, yeah, and he ain't on crack. He just know Miss Robinson got a brand new TV, and he want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Why they robbed Mr. Johnson when he came out the store, and he stayed 3 doors down?
Right.
Well, Mr. Johnson got all that money. He ain't gonna miss it. Everybody got a different logic when you in that when you struggling to survive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it is good.
No, not at
but
all.
It's reality. You know what I'm saying? It do happen. I've been a witness. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I didn't seen homeboys rob homeboys and then hang out with them the next day.
Wow.
Like, you robbed such and such? Yeah, and we finna go to the basketball park. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you grow up like that, though.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And so when you grow up in an environment where everybody is kind of cool and like how we was talking about the other day, the whole community kind of watches out for the children. You might get 3 whoopings on your way home because something you done out there. Well, some communities ain't got that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody want to be private. Don't come knocking at my door. Don't let nobody in my house. You come in my yard, but you can't come in my house. I know how you Negroes is. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, lack of integrity. Yeah, I've done it. I've been around it.
Right. You get a new TV. You don't put that box out on the corner to get picked up by the trash, so everybody see you.
See, that's the reason why you don't let nobody come in your house.
Right.
You might do all that, but if you let Kool-Aid and Peanut come through and sit down and watch TV or BET or something, it'd be Kool-Aid and Peanut the one that's coming back and robbing.
Wow.
Well, Johnny and his mama gonna be out of town next week.
Right. So let me ask you this though, and I know I've probably talked about this before. But I talked about a lot of stuff before, but I like to move the conversation forward. So do you say something? Do you snitch on Kool-Aid and Peanut? So like you 2 houses down. Everybody know who Kool-Aid and Peanut and what they do. And you know for certain because you visited over Kool-Aid and Peanut's house and they had my TV, before they sold it, they were using it.
Wow.
You're looking like, that looks like Ant TV.
it depends on how cool I am with Miss Robinson.
Right.
If I'm not, cool with Miss Robinson and her family, but Peanut and them know I know. So if Miss Robinson know, now I got Kool-Aid and Peanut on my behind. You know what I'm saying? So But if I'm cool with Miss Robinson, I'm not even tripping.
Gotcha.
But like I say, it's kind of, it ain't complicated,
Right.
but it's also a code. You know what I'm saying?
The code, the unspoken rules of
Man,
the hood.
don't get me
I mean,
wrong.
and trust me, listen, I like, and let me be clear. Like, I get it from the perspective of, when you tell, if someone found out you tell, you could become a target. That could, like, I'm good in the neighborhood until I say something, and it's that concern, not even like a fear, but it's like I'm exchanging being a good citizen for my peace. Oh, Sam said I'm telling. I know, because it's and you had to put my business out there. She said we bought some stuff 3 years ago. Still got the box in the garage. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. and good morning, I'm Pat. I don't know if I said it. I'll make sure I say that.
Good morning.
Let's see, if you steal her TV and she been on this block for years, what makes my house safe? Right. You get mad at me and my TV's going. Right.
That's that code too, though. You done told on Miss Robinson, not you the target. You know what I'm saying? It just depends, man.
I get it. But like, I want to, there go my utopian mindset. I want us to just get into a better place of protecting our neighborhoods from the Kool-Aids and peanuts. Like, kind of like, how do you stop, especially just local? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing, just some strange random, cats that just walking down the block, you just get hit. And they live.
It ain't never that,
over.
though. Yeah, that's a fantasy. What you talking about? It ain't never that. It's always the dude in your neighborhood. Always. I mean, just think about it though. Right. Let's say you go over there in the Bryan neighborhood,
right?
And his neighbor across the street get hit,
right?
It ain't no random cat that came from Clayton County that came all the way to his neighborhood. Just it's somebody right there across the street from Bryan. They're like, hey, that's the house we gonna hit.
Wow.
It ain't a stranger.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, I can walk up my street. I have met every single neighbor on both sides of my street. I'm at the end of a cul-de-sac.
Right.
And the men talk.
Right.
The men communicate.
Right.
Strange cars are, folks walking outside their houses.
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah.
And I bet you that's why nobody on your cul-de-sac been hit.
Say it again.
And I bet you that's why ain't nobody on your cul-de-sac been hit.
No, ain't nobody been on.
Exactly.
but we're also in the back. And my thing is, it's gonna take me a minute to get out of this neighborhood. Right. You try to mess with somebody back where I'm at.
Right.
You're gonna get caught before you get out. Because it just
I don't think you got being that y'all communicate, the element is probably not in that cul-de-sac.
Yeah, this is not the at least not this area of the community. Don't come down this street. And the thing is, these people they're warm, loving people, but they are watching.
Yeah.
They are watching.
Right.
Your dog get loose.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna bring it home.
Right.
Right. So we communicate, we talk, and these guys talk a lot. Y'all think I talk?
I talk more. Oh, Sam said
there's like 7 veterans on my street.
Wow.
So everybody's telling war stories.
Gotcha. So back in the day, the neighbors would get together and beat down Peanut, and he knew better than to mess with stuff in the neighborhood. Right. But I think, I mean, and it's funny that you say that, Kadeem, because I feel like, because it's funny, when we first moved over in this area we're in now, some young boys were hitting people's cars, but they weren't like breaking anything. They were just simply checking to see if the door. Just checking to see if the doors were unlocked.
They do that.
Easy access.
Yeah, just the easy access, because that's what happened. Usually I'm on my lock stuff, but I left mine unlocked, and they went into my car, and they hit the neighbors like a few doors down. But they were neighbors like around the corner, some young guys. Yeah, so
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it, man. I mean, and they doing the same thing with your doors. They doing the same thing with your windows. You know what I'm saying?
Check and see what's open.
It be them same young cats that do it, and you will be like, oh no, not in my neighborhood. Yeah, it's in your neighborhood. Right. They're not coming from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's in your, now, don't get me wrong. They might have a friend or a cousin that lives somewhere else.
That's what I was thinking too. They come
and
visit,
influence you,
right?
But it's still in your neighborhood.
Right.
The element is still there, right there in your neighborhood.
Right. So Pastor kind of presented some of the solution to it. You know, the conversations, knowing your neighbors. You know, people kind of watching. Got to get into that, for lack of a better way of putting it, probably the best way to put it, in that nosy mentality. Like, I got to look outside. Oh, I ain't never seen that car down this block before. Like, I'm like, Pastor, we live in a cul-de-sac, so you have to be purposeful. There's no just passing through. You're purposeful in this neighborhood. So it's just being vigilant. And you know, we talk about the Karens, but they have a place a little bit because they watch. Because I have one. She's like right around the corner, 2 doors. She's aggravated. She's been aggravating my neighbor over here because he's had like a car broke down. He owned his home, but like his car was sitting too long. She had called code inspectors. But some months ago, my neighbor across the street passed out in his house. And because she hadn't seen him pass like a morning or two, she was like, I ain't seen him in 2 days. So they went in and found him passed out. So her no, he lived because of her nosiness. She went, they broke into the back window and went inside, and so her nosiness saved his life. So
I don't mind. No, I got a nosy. Well, I just found out I had a nosy neighbor by my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was out there talking to her, and she was giving her the business about everything that she was scoping.
Oh.
So, but I don't mind the nosiness because I'm not doing, anything illegal. So
right.
Now, if I'm doing dirty, then I would be like, I'd be all up about it. Like, she gonna get me. She gonna get me strung up. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't doing nothing illegal. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's just another deterrent for those that do try to come in my neighborhood, because they rent out a lot of houses by me. Ain't too many homeowners left in my neighborhood. It's a bunch of rentals. So,
gotcha.
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's still a quiet neighborhood,
right? Because
the those who live here, who are homeowners, make sure they keep it quiet.
Okay, let me ask you this then. So let's go down that road, right? Because I know owners against rentals or renters. Why does it seem like a battle? And why aren't renters like welcomed as much as homeowners? I mean, of course, there's the obvious, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was about to say, I mean, you sure you want to know the answer to that question?
Let's go down that road. Let's talk about it.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ever since you've been driving, I don't know when you got your driver's license. Well, ever since you got your driver's license,
right?
If you was to ever go rent a car,
right?
Don't treat that car like it's yours. Come on, now. You ain't never went and washed that car. You ain't went and vacuumed out the car. Come on now, real. I mean, be real though.
Right.
Have you ever?
No, I take it back like it is. Unless it's in my contract, they're like, it got to be clean. Fine, I'm gonna clean it out.
Make sure. Because it's a penalty if you don't.
Right. Make sure gas in it. Right. No doubt.
That's the point I'm trying. If you rent in a house, don't get me wrong. There are some folks who are meticulous just about the way that they live.
Right.
But I'm just saying, in the majority, when you renting, it could be. It's just not you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's say this. If you got a roof leak in your rental house, who you calling? You calling the roof?
I'm calling you.
Or you calling the landlord?
I'm calling you, the landlord. Like, why would I fix that?
All right.
I ain't
If
putting
you
them out of pocket. That's why I rent.
if you got a plumbing leak,
What?
you call him the rent. You call him a plumber, or you call him the landlord.
I'm gonna try to fix it as much as I can if I can get it going. If I can't, you're right. Why? Because but why? Look, to that end, why would I pay for something that you covering? That's a whole. I know loads of people that have treated their rentals like their own, right? And feel like it's not the same thing. Because I like we trim our lawn, we keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not major stuff. Oh yeah, you got to come out and fix that because I'm paying you for that. That's why I'm paying this high behind rent, so you can pay your mortgage with your taxes.
No, you're not paying. You're not. No, don't think about the money I'm getting. You paying that rent because you need somewhere to stay.
Indeed,
you can go and stay anywhere you want, but you chose to stay here with the rent that I'm asking you for.
I did, and you stay as owner, and you agreed. But in the contract to take care of stuff. Let's go.
And you agreed that you was gonna take care of my home that you living in. You weren't gonna just leave it dilapidated. So it could be one thing about it. Let's say you need to have your floors done. Now it's something that you did,
right?
That tore up my floors. Whether it be a pet issue, whether it be a child issue, the walls, all that. All these issues are something that is cosmetic, but it was still caused by your living in the house.
Wear and tear. That's why there's a deposit.
Hey,
right? I'm saying like
don't get it back.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. Like because the way you come in is like I'm following my agreement. I've given you a specific amount of money to come in here, plus first months, and then I'm paying you because one you got equity here. There's equity, like especially now.
Yeah, but you can't. But you
got equity.
You're still trying to count the money that I'm making or the money that I have in equity.
Oh, I know we're getting off track. I know.
And you making it be like he got this, he got that.
Okay. But I'm making my space livable. There are certain things. There's a limit to the amount of stuff I'm gonna put into a place that I'm renting. There
you go.
How does that make me wrong and make me a bad neighbor?
Wrong.
Okay, so that doesn't make me a bad neighbor.
I can't say you're a bad neighbor because you got to look at all the folks around you.
I get it, but what I'm saying, just to backtrack, why I went down this direction because everybody. Well, take that back. Let me take that back. Not everybody, but I've had the same conversation in my old neighborhood. You know, my neighbors, they were like, "Oh, you got renters coming in the neighborhood." Like, come on, man. You don't even know them. You don't know them. Have you gone down there and say hi? Have you greeted them? Have you said, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood"?
That's just a stereotype, bro. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm with you. I'm just saying. You said between landlord and renter,
right? But I'm saying like we shouldn't be treated. It shouldn't be. No, I'm with you on that.
Why is there a clash?
Right. And
all I'm saying is, when you move in, it is pretty much not all landlords,
right.
But it's pretty much mint condition. Like I said, depending on
not all
landlords,
and then some are painted nicely.
But when you go in there and you
good morning, Keita.
Do your walkthrough, you inspect it with your own eyes.
Mm-hmm. True indeed.
Is this a livable condition,
right,
for me and my family?
Indeed.
If you sign that lease and give them that money,
right,
you have totally agreed 100% that me and my family will be okay in this condition.
Yes.
True. But if the condition worsens while you're there, because of family, not because of neglect by the landlord, he don't know unless you tell him. You know what I'm saying? He's not there every day.
Right.
So now if he is lacking in his ability to respond, to repair any issues in a timely manner, then you should be upset.
Indeed.
But if you waiting 6 months to tell him about the leak that's up under the sink that didn't rotted out the whole cabinet floor.
Right.
And that's the issue. You've been knowing it's been going on for 6 months.
Indeed.
And now look at all the repair I got to do when I could have had a $10 fix. Now it's $1,000 fix.
True indeed. But okay, we'll get into that. What's up, Pastor? But today we're talking about community and lack of integrity. We can have that rent versus owner. We'll talk about that. But
yes, sir.
Community and lack of integrity. And I think sometimes that has an effect as well, because the renters move in, and I get sometimes, and honestly, like I've heard owners, say, the rental owners are not keeping up the cosmetics as far as the roof or stuff like that. So they're just moving people in and moving people out, moving people in, and it's kind of like making the neighborhood look bad, But
that's actually a major issue. Roof, mechanicals.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
All that's a major issue. If the roof is you are letting your investment deteriorate.
Right.
You should go ahead and put that roof on there, because that's going to make down the road. It's going to be another issue, and another. First, it's going to be your ceiling. Well, first it's going to be your insulation.
Right.
Then it's going to be your ceiling.
Right.
And if it hit the floor, it's going to be your floor.
Right.
Then it could be your foundation. It depends on how much water coming in. So you need to get that roof fixed immediately.
But so my thing is, like, with the lack of integrity, like I think everyone should just be known on the block. We should have greetings and meetings, and not even meetings, because but just I think knowing who your neighbors are, knowing who's around you. It's funny. I got a neighbor to my right. I don't know what's going on over there. It's wild, because they're like covered up by bushes and trees, and just, I don't know. It's just like, what is going on over there? Like, at one point, I think they had a DJ set going, because every morning it was like booming. Like, I would be on the broadcast, and if you listen to some of the old ones, you can almost hear it faintly in the background. You're like, yo, what they doing every morning? Like having a party or something? So it was wild. But I think knowing who's around you, knowing your neighbors, does change the dynamic, and it helps with integrity. I think sometimes issues, of course, arise when people have outside family come through and things of that nature, and like you said, they check out a neighborhood or they see what's going on, like, and TV box on the block. It's like, oh, that's a nice TV they got there, like, oh. But we know our family. Like, so let me ask you, if you knew family was doing something, would you say something? Like to authorities, or like the police roll by, like, hey, there's been a rash of break-ins. You've had family staying with you, and their capability, and then you see evidence. would you say something?
I don't know. I would I say something?
Yes. Yeah.
I would say something to my family. I don't think I would say nothing to the police immediately. But I think I would say something to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to live here. Y'all just visiting. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would say something to my family. But would I involve the police? Like I said, I don't know, man. It depends. If you didn't rob my neighbor who I'm having cookouts with, and we doing weekend activities and stuff like that,
and I'm handling.
Then, I'll be like, hey, that was Dinky. My cousin Dinky that came from Houston, and he didn't rob y'all. But he back going to Houston. But I'm just letting you know, it was him. Why you didn't tell me before he left? That's my cousin, but I'm telling you now. If you looking for him, that's where he at, Houston, Texas.
Wow. Sam said you're not staying at my house and robbing my neighbors. He said you got a few hours to take it back. Well, I'm calling to Jake one time.
Hey, like I say,
it's interesting.
I probably wouldn't know. I mean, more than likely, I wouldn't know.
Right.
Unless they was, come back bragging and broadcasting.
Right. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
right. Like,
You come back bragging and broadcasting, that's
Right.
something different. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. What was it?
right.
But more than likely, I wouldn't even know. I mean, 'cause
I got you.
It ain't too much snitching on yourself now.
Okay. What about you, Pastor?
That's well, just being real. I'm like Kaneem. I'm gonna say something to family first.
Okay.
Let them know, threaten them,
Right. right.
do all of that.
Right.
But no, I'm not. Love me or hate me, I'm not going to the police. I'm
Well,
gonna
what if
try. I'm
even
gonna
the police
try
came to
everything.
you?
Say it again.
If the police came knocking at the door, said there's been a brash of break-ins, just wanted to see, and not coming with like that accusatory.
I got one question. Am I a suspect?
No, sir. No, sir.
If I'm not a suspect,
we're just asking if anybody's seen anything.
No. I mean, it's different if you come in and you know that my family member is a suspect living at my house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got video, audio.
Is John in
this house
John here
with something? You know what I'm saying? Like
I just like, for me, if I know you and you're within reach, and I know you breaking the law,
right,
one or two things gonna happen. You're gonna change your behavior, or we're gonna be disconnected.
Gotcha. All right. Sam said cousin Pookie is going to jail today. Today. Interested. All right. I don't know. I can't.
You don't know what you would do?
I can't say. I in my mind, like I know though. Like I know, and then unfortunately, I know it's bad. I'm almost like Kaneem, like how my neighbor, like Brian right there, my homeboy, like come on, man, and they come to the door and I know it.
See, that's different. You going to jail?
Yeah,
because if it's the neighbor's cousin and it's my house,
right.
And we kick it.
If you're my family, and you in my neighborhood messing around,
right,
you're going to jail.
Right. Indeed.
Because you bringing all this hot stuff back to my house.
To me.
Right, that too. That's
to me. Yeah, I mean, my thing is if it's not impacting me personally,
right.
But I have to me, if you're within, again, if you're my family and I can reach you,
right,
physically,
right.
Now we're not doing that.
Right.
We're not doing that. You got too many options. We just not. I don't have to send you to jail because in my mind, I have a high degree of confidence that you're not going to be doing that.
Right.
Not here.
Not here. Not and I see and I know. No, that's not getting ready to happen. Right, I'm going to catch a case before you.
Right.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
Feel that.
Yeah. I don't. You don't need the police. You should be concerned about me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. That's the reason why I wouldn't say anything because I'm not gonna know you doing that and you just gonna keep doing it.
Right.
And you family? Nah, we not.
Right. Wow. Oh man. Because somebody gonna say Karen's gonna be like, hey, I seen your cousin Pookie carrying a TV. Now he can go by himself or I can send him over here. So our pastor, amen, pastor. All right, guys. So listen, we appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us and being a part of the Brothers of Legacy. Thank you guys. Make sure you are staying connected. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. What's today? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Time is moving fast. Join our community again. Text LWN to 84576 as well as join our Discord community. Just look up the Brothers of Legacy. And if you've missed any episode of the Brothers, make sure you check out the Brothers of Legacy podcast. Check out the podcast. I would appreciate that. All right. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you, Mama McCoy. Great conversation, as always. That I just added that. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I think that's it. All right. All hearts and minds are clear. Know that we love you. God loves you more. Continue to stay safe and do the right thing. Peace out.